Hey lovelies, welcome back to our channel, Get Spooky Society. We are back in Brookville, Indiana at a private residence that was built in 1894 by, I believe, George O'Byrne. And I have his obituary and some pictures of him and his family that I will be showing you all in this video. We're going to see what's going on here, and we have already done the owner's photography studio a few years ago, so I'll link those videos below because it was one of our best as far as activity. So, Joe, I'm going to say it's time to
get spooky.
Thank you for letting us in your beautiful home.
Yeah.
This place is just gorgeous. You know, I go past homes like this all the time, and they just call
And a cat ball.
Cat ball and a flashlight at the same time. Wow, maybe we should have just started in here.
This same thing, when we first moved to town, we walked through the first year that we did any kind of trick-or-treating or anything, and I walked past and I was like, any house in Brookville, if I could live in it, it would be this one.
That's awesome.
We feel very, very lucky to live in such a cool, historic home like this.
Yeah. So, what year did you come to Brookville?
My daughter turned, well, I was pregnant when I moved here, so I always know that when she's 12, so
Yep.
this is our 13th year that we've lived here.
Gotcha. All right. So you have a little bit of history about this place.
Yeah.
So tell us what you know, when it was built, who built it, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so George O'Byrne and his wife, Mary, built the house in 1894. We actually have a lot of paperwork that came with the house that was left here, and one of them has building material lists and orders with 1894 on it. And there's actually another one with 1904, and I personally think that the back side of the house was added on to very quickly after. He ran his business out of this building for a while. He was a lawyer until he had a business on Main Street, an office building.
Right. Do we have any idea which one might have been his?
It was in the Old Farmers Mutual building.
Oh,
so
okay. We have actually investigated.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I've done a little bit of research on his wife, and her maiden name was Murphy, and they actually come from a very similar area where my family came from, and that's my maiden name. So I'd like to think, and someday I'm going to try to go through and find if our histories ever merge, but I'd love to think that an ancestor branch. Wouldn't that be so neat?
Yeah.
So I'm going to figure it out. One of my uncles is a historian. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
So.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, that would be really. You'll have to give us an update.
I will.
So then, So he was here for. He and Mary were here for how long? Do you know?
They were here until. Gosh, I'm not exactly sure the date, but I know that he at some point died and left her widowed. He actually, in his obituary, said died before the Great Fire in his home, which I assume means right here. So that's really neat that we have that little bit of. Written history showing us, more history of the house. And then she lived here until well into her 90s. I believe he was only in his mid to late 60s.
Oh, wow.
So then she lived here, and I believe that she had renters, that she let, people live here. And then the next owners lived here, and I believe I don't think that he ran his doctor practice out of this house, but his wife then, when she was widowed, lived here until she was older, in her 90s. So yeah, we're the fourth owners. Yeah. So that's pretty cool for a house that's well over 100 years old.
Right.
Like, he was happy that there was a family, because if you kind of look at the history, the history of the house, he moved into this house when all of his children were mostly grown. So there was no screaming children, being crazy. I don't believe that any grandkids ever lived here. And then Mary Roosterholtz, when she lived here, they were older when they bought the house. Judd did have a family when he lived here, but that was only for a few years.
Right.
And I mean, we've dinged up the woodwork and all of the things, but I genuinely feel like so many of his pictures, he's smiling or laughing in them. So many of them, and I feel like I would be friends with him. Like, if I were to know him, we would get along, because I just felt like he was so full of joy.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, never met the man, but I feel like he loved this house, and he loves that we love it. He doesn't like things moved around, though.
No.
That's one thing I don't feel like George likes, because I used to have a desk in here. I used to work at an old they called it, I forget what they called it, some kind of a fancy desk. It wasn't like a roll top, but it was a kind that like flopped down. And we moved it because we always put the Christmas tree there. And we moved it over in here. And I was sitting and I had a ponytail in and I've been working. I work until like 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes. And I was working late and something flipped my ponytail. Like I felt it like brush my neck and flip around, and I was just like, okay. And it was like the day that we moved the piece of furniture in there. And I don't know if he was just like, hey, what's up? Like, you're in a different spot. Like, not this is I'm not cool with. I don't know. Right. But I was just like, okay, I'm going to bed now. My night's done.
If anybody is here that wants to talk to us through these dowsing rods, can you please cross them in front of me?
Movie.
Yep, we're in a movie. Excellent. Oh, okay. Excellent. If you are signifying that you are behind me, can you point the rod in my right hand all the way to the back? The other direction. I know that's asking a lot. But if you're behind me, point the rod in my right hand. Hope that I did that. All the way to the back. The opposite direction. You can do it. There you go. Point it all the way to the back, parallel with the other one. All the way. Perfect. Thank you.
Summer.
Okay. If your name is George.
Capital again.
If your name is George, can you point the rod?
Connecticut.
We had Maine earlier and now Connecticut.
And a cat ball again.
Can you point the rod in my left hand straight in front of me if your name is George? By the way, it's not actually touching me. Point the rod in my left hand straight in front of me if your name is George. Or turn on the flashlight behind me. He keeps moving this other one.
Pancake.
Pancake. What's a pancake?
Excellent.
Cat
Cat
ball
ball
again.
keeps going off.
I'm gonna reset. I usually don't do that, but. Okay, let's start over. If you're a male, a man, cross these rods in front of me. If you're a man or a male, cross the rods in front of me. All the way. All the way, please. Thank you. If your name is George, uncross the rod straight in front of me. If your name is George, uncross the rod straight in front of me.
Lights.
Yes. Lots of pretty lights. Would you rather use the lights? Cross the rods in front of me if you'd rather use the lights to communicate. Cross the rods in front of me if you'd rather use the lights to communicate. Okay. You can do that.
Like the cat ball.
Poltergeist.
Oh, no,
okay.
thank you. No, like it at all.
Are you?
Nope.
Are you?
Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. I don't know why you didn't like the dowsing rod, so now you can focus on the lights. Can you please touch one of those lights? Those light up devices for us? You were doing it before and I couldn't see them. Please? Thank you. Was that the one that's been going on? Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Except when we were talking, it was the other one, right?
Right. Yeah, because I just put that one there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Thank you. Are we talking to George? Light something up if we're talking to George, please. We are? Okay. Excellent. Thank you. We must have something to say. Is Mary here? Excuse me. I'm glad you turned Alexa off. Mary's here. Okay. Can you turn something else on for Mary? Please? That's the same ball. Can you turn a different one, touch a different one? Or a flashlight? Prove that you can hear me and turn something else on, please. And that would be the dog clapping on the floor for me. Mom's like, you're boring.
Right.
All right, now you're just playing. You're not answering me anymore. You're just playing with that ball. Can you stop? Back away from it. Longer, please.
I imagine that he would be fascinated by that.
Yeah.
Spirit.
Spirit, yep.
Here for spirit.
Do you like it here? Touch something if you're happy.
I think I hear a REM pod. Oh, it's this one.
What do you mean?
This REM pod's going off,
Is it?
I think. Very dim.
I can hear some. No?
Maybe it's not.
I could hear some, but I thought it was coming from the kitchen.
My, the pellet stove
Oh, okay.
fan might be making
The
a
fan.
noise.
Okay. Alright. Well, you didn't have to go away completely. Are you tired?
That was me burping for the record.
Paranormal.
Not poltergeist.
Not paranormal or poltergeist. Alright, well, what happened? Did you get worn out? Can we talk to Mary, please?
I think it's weird that I feel like I can feel a lack of energy sometimes. Is that
Yeah, they could like
a
go in
thing?
and out.
Yeah.
Oh, just
I always wait to see like stacking them down or something. I'm getting it.
We have a cat ball going on already, everybody.
Yes, I I feel awful for you.
And a flashlight.
How many get here in here?
No.
He doesn't even work in it here. He's
Oh, you can get to here. I just got from my studio. It can be mounted on the wall, and you can control it from your phone. So
Turn
you
the
can.
lights off.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That is motion though.
Here, so we can do
So
it.
we can hang something over it so it doesn't
You
sense
know, I
us.
have a whole thing of concrete stain and sealant on
We
my.
can film the whole thing like we're Extreme Home Makeover.
Listen. Yeah, we gotta finish that wall out. We don't wanna mess with the brick. Maybe just change the stem.
What's weird?
It would go off.
What?
Do you want me to turn this one off too? You want that one off, Dale? Dale.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so we've had a cat ball and a flashlight over there. I felt over there for sure. I do have a cat ball in there. We won't hear it, but I have a couple REM pods in there. Hi.
Okay, that thing is steady on.
Yeah. Who's over there? You know what I'm gonna do? Can you go back away from that? That's me. That's me. Okay. If that goes off, we'll see if that cat ball's going off at the same time. When that goes off. Can you back away from that, or I'm gonna have to switch it out?
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Nope. Can you touch that light next to it again, please? I put the other right here,
Okay.
because that flashlight has come on already there. Can you turn that light on, please, next to that ball? Thank you. That was very good. Can you turn it off now? Can you touch the other ball that's up there and leave that one alone? I know I should be happy that you're touching a ball, but... My name is Stephanie, and I'm down here with Dale. You know Karis, you might know Rachel, and Heather. We came down here to talk to you. Seriously. I can't ask you questions if you're not going to back away. Can you turn that light on if you were the one that made me dizzy? Thank you. And that was the most direct that we've had tonight. Please turn it off. I'm sorry, you can play. I was just going to say you can play with the ball again. I don't want to take your fun away. Did you used to live here? Can you turn something on if you lived here? Were you here before the house was here? Turn something on if you were here before the house. Don't go dark on us. Thank you. Can you turn it off? Did you live in town? Did you live in this little town of Brookville? Can you turn something on? Maybe just a visitor? Might be.
Maybe before it was down.
Maybe.
Maybe a neighbor.
Right. Are you a man? A male? A boy? Turn something on if you're a man or a boy. Please. Are you a woman? Or a girl? Excuse me. Are you still here? You are. Okay. All right, I have another question. Dale hates it when I do this. Are you an animal? Can you touch that ball if you're an animal? There's a dog walking.
Oh yeah, I was like, what? There is
Almost like, no thank you.
Touch that if you were a dog or a cat, a feline, a pet, a cow. No.
There's something really weird going on with this camera.
What's it doing?
Like it's moving around in the video screen. The image is slightly moving around on its own.
Okay.
See
There's
that?
a photographer back
Isn't
there.
it, isn't it kind of...
And another ball.
Oh yeah, the other ball.
It's recording though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've never seen that
Thank
do
you.
it before.
Are you a little kid? A child? A little boy or a little girl? Is it still doing it?
No, just stop.
That's weird.
Right?
Okay.
I don't think it's doing it, is it?
No.
I don't think so, but it was like ever so slightly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of moving around.
Weird. Okay. I'm getting an animal. Like a wild animal, maybe. Here before the house. Not answering to man, woman, or child. If you can hear me, can you turn something else on again? You've done a really good job.
Good girls.
Oh.
Not paranormal.
Ooh, I just got dizzy.
Yep.
It makes sense why Bonbon doesn't want to come downstairs if it's something.
Like if an
Yeah.
animal or something that
Right.
she's scared of.
Also, the fact that
Maybe it is a wild animal.
I think it's probably a male something because Monster, the cat, is fine down here with it, and Stanley, their other dog, was fine down with it, but Bonbon's the only girl dog.
And see, I was picking up on male. That's why I
Yeah.
asked if it was a male earlier. Well, that was crazy.
Maybe it was neutered.
Could be.
He's like, I don't know how to answer that.
He identified as not a dog.
Right. There's a whole nother video chapter.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like to tell us anything, you want a toy, a treat, a rabbit,
A cookie.
A cookie.
I feel like when the girls were walking up is when it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy seeing it in real life.
I mean, how do you explain
Oh,
that?
yeah, you can't
How do you
explain
explain that?
Well, at first I didn't know how the flashlights work, so I was like, okay, how do these work? Like, can I ask him? Okay, now I asked him, and I was like, okay, that's like crazy. Because there's no rhyme or reason.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the cat balls, I mean, obviously.
right?
Yeah.
And some,
Oh,
nope. And sometimes they actually flat out answer me.
Yeah,
yeah.
but not so much tonight.
But I always have heard that they have to take energy to give their energy too. So like they get tired after a while.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
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 I think they're kind of like batteries.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, yes.
What you doing over there? Are you hungry?
German.
Troyer, Logan Troyer.
Oh,
lights on now!
My math came on.
No, it came on earlier.
Oh, okay, I didn't
once.
see it. Come on.
Shut up.
Was that cat ball? Is that
and the
still going
capital's
off?
going off in there, but
What?
Delmer,
Delmer.
it went off when they came down, so we'll
Karis,
see.
when we were trying to have Logan come down to like show that nothing's going on, all of a sudden everything's
No,
going on.
I wasn't. He was curious.
I think he
about what was
brought.
going on.
I think they like him.
Is Delmer here? Can you turn something on? June? Is June here? Bonbon has a toy. Oh my gosh. Is anybody here?
Or tell.
We feel like it's a male, not human cat.
I'm good.
He's like, I'm out here.
Like, I'm done.
It's crazy that he came down the light.
I know.
Yeah.
Came on
They
immediately.
must like him.
But also he works out down here, so maybe whatever's down here.
Is used to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like, hi, I'm never gonna work down.
Recommend.
Recommend.
Recommend. What do you want to recommend?
More working out.
Well, thank you for talking to us. If you're a cat or a dog, or a little kid, or a fox. I have some fox just popped in my head.
That makes sense. Kind of a cat, kind of a dog.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a fox? A red fox? Sometimes things just pop into my head from spirit, and then Jill go, "Where did that come from?" My head.
Oh.
And a flashlight. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you turn it off now?
Girl.
Yeah.
Girl. Is there a girl here too? Is there a girl down here? Can you turn something on? I'm getting tired.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for talking to us. Oh, okay. Never mind. Please turn it off. Do you want us to stay?
That is really cool. The flashlights.
Turn it on if you want us to, turn something on if you want us to stay down here with you. Is his name Logan?
Mm-hmm.
Turn something on if you like Logan, who works out down here. Spends time down here. Or you're just a fox and don't care. Oh. Okay, you like Logan.
I don't know what to make of that.
I don't
Well,
know.
I told him I really liked him.
Yeah. Okay. We'll let him know. We'll tell him to work out some more.
That would probably make him feel good because I think he's the one that is the most sensitive to
This stuff.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
Which would also make sense why they like him.
Yeah.
That's usually how it works.
Right.
That does make sense.
Karis, whatever's down here likes Logan.
Yeah, they like Logan.
Yeah, we
Verified.
can tell him.
And I said that he's the most sensitive of your kids to
He
this
is.
stuff, which would make sense why they like him the most.
Right.
Yeah.
Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Oh.
A fox would eat a
Fox with
rabbit.
a rabbit. Yeah.
And the flashlight came on.
Maybe he just likes my kids because we call him.
But also, but no, no,
daughter a little bunny.
you call Bonbon Bunny and she won't come down here.
No, she won't come down here.
Hey, lovelies, that wraps up another episode of the Get Spooky Society here in Brookville, Indiana, at a private residence that was built in 1894 by George O'Byrne. We had a great time here. This place is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and can't wait for you to see this episode. Until next time,
Stay spooky.